Hi, this is Jonathan Alexander with the first match in my league with Ad Nauseam Tendrils. I've played a league before where I've actually played this person twice. And they are a person who wants to play roulette. They are on Tezzerator. They have chalices, lodestone golems, leyline of the void after sideboarding, wasteland, also a bunch of really annoying cards. Here we see a turn 1 chalice, for instance. I'm gonna go ahead and duress that because I really don't feel like losing to it. Yeah. The last two matches I played against them weren't really interesting. And let's see where this one ends up. I think I like playing the Volcanic and casting the Ponder of that in order to cast the rest of the Underground Sea. This is decent. I think I would like to draw the mana. No, not shuffling. Force of Will, that's a good card to take. For Transmute Artifact, okay. Hopefully we can draw Lines of Diamond. Because okay, so now we can either take the duress and go for a protected kill next turn, or we can try to go for a kill this turn, which we are actually short on. We need one more mana in order to make that work. We could potentially go for empty next turn as well. So let's put it like this. I should have taken the duress and cast it this turn. That definitely would have been the better line of play. Tomb, okay. Doing nothing, so did they draw more counter magic? That is the question. I could just go for empty for 10 goblins, which I think is very reasonable. We have 6 mana here. But draw land next turn. So we can either go for an unprotected Past in Flames loop, which does get there, I think. Let me count that. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the Past in Flames actually does not get there. So let's go for the empty for 10. And I actually messed this up. I'm so terrible at this game. This is extremely bad. I should not be allowed to play this game. I somehow thought we had one more card in our graveyard, so the Cabal Witcher would be thresholded, and then we can duress. And yeah, this recording while playing thing is really not working out. Now we get our Lines of Diamond stolen with Duck Faden. Okay, maybe not. Discards Chalice and Tezzerator. And let's see what we can hit with duress. So is Thop the Foundry the one that gets returned? No. Thop the Foundry creates creatures. Let's take the Foundry, play the land, and attack. So to not die next turn, our opponent needs to draw now 2 the goblins and also find a counter for Infernal Tutor, assuming that we draw some source of mana. If they get to kill the creatures, they need to be able to do that without activating. If they don't get to kill the creatures, okay, interesting. So what is happening? Strix to draw a card, sure. 1 card left only, interesting. That would be the Transmute artifact. And 1 other card. And I am gonna go for the MT, not the MT, the Infernal into Tendrils. For 6. Okay, our opponent concedes. Yeah, another instance of me not playing well because I can't count while I record. I've boarded in 2 Hercules in the last 2 matches. Our opponent has Lodestone Golem and Chalice. Chalice we've seen this game, Lodestone Golem we've seen the last one. I'm not sure if I want to bring Chain. Our opponent also has Chains of Mephistopheles and Leyline of the Void, so probably I just want to go down on discard. Like 4 discard maybe, to not just completely be cold to Force of Will, which they do have. Empty I'm wondering about. They have the Thopter Foundry combo and likely also some sort of removal like Ratchet Bomb. But maybe Empty is better than Ad Nauseam. I think I'll go with Ad Nauseam on the draw and Empty on the play. Bought up Preordain. And let's see how far we can get with this. Not the greatest hand, but a keep, I think. Let's just hope our opponent doesn't have a turn 1 Chalice. I'll put a card on top. Okay. And there, I guess, comes the turn 1 Chalice. Demir Signet. That I can live with. So they draw a card that they are interested in drawing. Tezzerator and Dark Faden. So they're not gonna play Lodestone Golem next turn. Maybe Chalice for 1. I'm gonna cast Duress for the Tezzerator, and if they don't play Dark Faden next turn, I know they have drawn Force of Will, which is not the biggest issue with Past in Flames, although I should draw some cantrips at some point. Tezzerator is the card I want to take here because it's a very aggressive clock. And okay, so they draw. They do play Dark Faden, so they didn't draw Force of Will. Okay. If they draw Chalice here, I wonder if they would play it. LED. So I can't play that because of Dark Faden. He's just gonna take control of it. Also can't really cast Past in Flames because I don't want to waste it on 1 Gitexian Probe and a Duress. I'm gonna play out my Petals though, and potentially lose them to something like Engineered Explosives or Ratchet Bomb. I'm at this point 1 card off threshold. Okay, is this Lodestone Golem? That would be annoying. It should be a Transmute artifact, okay. What is this gonna be? Lodestone Golem, yeah. Okay. How would I know what this deck does? Ad nauseam. That is not a great draw. Would have been last turn, but I can't cast it, and I'm gonna get hit for 5 this turn. So I guess 1 turn late. But if I draw, okay. Still, if I draw Hercules Recall and I'm in a decent spot, or Chain is also in my deck. Actually, only Chain because Hercules would cost me 2 petals. Polluted Delta, okay. So I could potentially cast Ad nauseam here. But I think I'm gonna wait until my opponent's end step. I think that's the only play I have, which is quite annoying. Also, the Ad nauseam eats all of my petals and requires me to draw a lot of really good cards of itself. So I have 5 mana right now, and Cabal Ritual is only +2 mana, so that would be 7. Ad nauseam costs 6, and it's very unfortunate that I have to sacrifice one of my petals in order to cast the Ad nauseam, or rather to get threshold for the Cabal Ritual. Baleful Strix, okay, I can live with that. Also, it's gonna be Ad nauseam from 6. This is really not how things are supposed to go. Let's just go with the Underground Sea and the Volcanic Island. Yeah, that Dark Faden is really putting in work. Without the Dark Faden, I could have played the Lancer Diamond and then cracked it in response to the Ad nauseam. And black, and I actually miscounted again because I'm great at playing it on camera. I only need 2 petals, so there's actually a somewhat reasonable chance of me winning this. This does not do anything yet. This is good. 1 more cantrip. So Tendrils or Petition would kill me. This is good. And now I have to stop. So I have to. Do I have to cast the Dark Ritual? It doesn't make a difference, does it? So I can just go for the Past in Flames, but that's not really great. More cantrips would have been good. I mean, I'm not complaining. I went for Ad nauseam from 6 life and I got what I needed mostly, but this is definitely still hard. So I can go for the Chain that costs 2. It doesn't matter if I play Dark Ritual or Chain first. Actually, it does. If I play Dark Ritual first, that costs 2 extra mana. It doesn't make a difference on my color requirements though. So after Chain, then Dark Ritual, then Cabal Ritual, then cast Past in Flames, cracking LEDs. Okay, so there's only 1 line. Okay, so crack this for black. Dark Ritual. Cabal Ritual. LED. LED. And crack this for red. Flashback. Notably, I don't think I need red mana anymore because the Baleful Strix will kill me. But the black mana is more or less free, so let's keep it. Let's just cast all the rituals because why not? Chains, okay. Actually, I can go for empty because I have flashback Chain of Vapor for the Baleful Strix, so it's good that I kept the red mana. For blue, for probe my opponent. Yeah, I know that Lodestone Golem. Chain, not a great draw. Brainstorm. Into nothing. Do I have any outs? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm just dead. I could cast the Ad Nauseam to draw the Lines Are Diamond, but that would still leave me dead to the Lodestone Golem next turn, which I guess my opponent actually can't cast. So what does the emblem do? So actually I can still play. I'm gonna put this on top and this on top. Then cast the Ad Nauseam. No. And then Hercules my opponent. And one more blue mana would have bounced the Duck Faden, which would have been nice. Now my opponent plays the Baleful Strix, I presume. And I'm still dead. Am I? No, I draw the Dark Ritual. And okay. Lodestone Golem. The Tomb was a really good draw. Okay. Now I'm dead. I did like that I had this random out. Okay. That I could still play. I'm wondering if I should be boarding out Ad Nauseam. I think so. So there goes empty. Given that my opponent has a Leyline, I wonder if I should bring the second pass. Excuse me, the second Pass in Flames. Pass in Flames is an engine that is a lot faster than most people make it out to be, so let's just go for this. Case could have been made for the second Preordain or cutting the second Preordain. But yes, I would like to play first. Now I have this weird hand. Yeah. The last game was interesting, I think. Not because exciting things happen, but because it displayed that there are always interesting outs, like the Ad Nauseam from 1 life to just draw a card. I should point out that usually you shouldn't just cast all your rituals when you cast Pass in Flames, but given that I didn't have any more Pass in Flames in my deck, it was okay to cast all the rituals. It ended up only costing time, but who cares? This hand kind of makes me happy I bought it out at Nauseam because I'm going to start the game from 13 life. Okay, so Leyline. There we go. That is annoying. What did they have? Did they have anything? Tomb, Delta, Swamp, Deck, and Tess. Okay, draw a card. Brainstorm. Okay, let's... I think I want to keep one of the probes in case I have to brainstorm something on top of my library. So now that I know my opponent isn't going to do anything turn 1, I'm content to wait until my turn 2 to do something. Obviously, boarding in the second pass in flames now costs me. Our opponent draws Mox, that's okay. Swamp and Delta. I think I want to... Do I want to fetch? I do not want to fetch. Dark Ritual, that is a good draw. Yep, I know those cards. That is not a good draw. Given that I've drawn the Dark Ritual, I don't think holding on to the probes does anything other than generate storms, so I'd rather have better brainstorms. Of course, I draw the 4th probe. Starting the game on 11 life. Interesting. Cabal Ritual, great draw. Always does what it wanted, what you needed to do when there's Leyline. Well, I guess at least there's no longer Leyline. So having all those props in my graveyard now is kind of annoying. Not having them in my graveyard, excuse me. And Tomb, is this Tezzerator? It is. Okay. Chalice, of course. So there's Chalice. And I'm gonna bounce the Leyline. I'm gonna have to bounce the Chalice as well, likely, but holding off on bouncing the Chalice allows me to keep casting 1 mana spells. Okay, Hercules Recall, that is a decent draw. Let's brainstorm to land Infernal. This is not land an Infernal Tutor, this is Jonathan loses the game. But let's keep playing. I'm gonna put... It doesn't really matter what I put on top, so long as I get to keep casting things. I think I have to take the Leyline now. And now I have Chalice open, not Chalice, Chain open for whichever creature my opponent wants to attack with. Signet, I can live with that. So Dark Faden, sure. Draw 2, discard 2. Moxon Island, so they kept the Signet and the Tezzerator. Okay, now they play the Signet. And they ticked up Tezzerator, didn't they? So their hand is Tezzerator. Do I want to chain something? I don't think so. Passing the turn. Okay. I think I'm supposed to take this hit. Sure, draw more cards. Wasteland. That is extremely annoying. I think this means I can't win. Chalice 1. Does this change anything? I do not think it does. Yeah. There's really nothing happening here. Not having the black mana. I could have fetched for another Underground Sea, but I think it was more likely that I was gonna use the red mana there. I did fetch that, right? Yes, I did. So drawing the second chalice was really fortunate for my opponent. I mean, there were a billion draws that could have worked out for them. And they're gonna play Chalice 1 and Chalice 0. Okay, so Hercules 2 times 0 is 0, I learned in school. And they drew a counter. Okay. They did not. They just decided to activate their signet for mana. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't see how I can win this, but well, I can win if my opponent somehow decides to not cast Chalice for 1, and then I brainstorm into something. But basically the Wasteland killed me. The Wasteland in combination with the second Chalice. There's Chalice 1, and that means I'm dead, because I will not have any black mana. And we lose to another round of playing. Oh, actually I'm not dead, because I can draw Hercules next turn, and my opponent only gets to attack for 1 because they no longer have the Tezzerator. That is interesting. Yeah, playing and recording. I'm really bad at this. Keep drawing cards, sure. And our opponent discarding the second Tezzerator, now costing them. And now they draw Tezzerator. Okay. And we're dead again. Interestingly, animating the Strix and not any other creature. And could we have won this? Likely not. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and see you tomorrow for hopefully an interesting match with Storm in this league run. Take care.